It's super quiet. So I thought, oh, what a good time. I should just go ahead and record now. Because, well, it's so freaking dark and stormy out. And dogs are quiet for a minute. But we'll see how long that lasts. As soon as I start doing something, then it starts all the action. So, okay. One of the things I was thinking about was, that TikTok thing. And later in the day, I was on YouTube and there was another thing where it says two people are trapped in 2027 and they are trying to get free in Valencia, Spain. And so then you have the TikTok guys. So it's got to be some sort of thing for some kind of a weird video game. Like if you just want to walk around by yourself in this video game, I don't know. It's weird, but it's got to be an elaborate hoax because he's able to put like coordinates and then go lead things and then people can go there and find them. So there's other people involved, if he's on the thing. I don't know how they're doing it. I don't know how they're going in cities and making it be where there's no people. If it's all just, a film, who knows? Who knows? Because the whole thing could be a film. Even the comments and stuff. That's the illusion that we live in. And that's why you have to have discernment. And that's why you have to look up more than, you can't just trust like one person told me this. So that's the gospel. You have to look into stuff. You have to look up because it's all an illusion. And then the other thing too is don't take stuff so serious. Just, relax because I know this is a like a really kind of gray area to me right now. Like it's pretty dark gray. But I don't think we're supposed to be black and white. So we're supposed to stay in the gray. But the part of the people who are brainwashed and just have no conscious awareness, they just think like this is really life. This is just how life is. This is what you do in life. And no idea how to break free. Don't even know that they have a soul. They don't even know somebody's talking to them. So it just makes me get all these thoughts in my head at once. So anyways, they, in order to wake up, they have to start questioning things. And so this is the thing, is that this is like a cosmic thing. It's happening no matter what. We're in a transition no matter what. And to me, in my state of mind, it is letting go of all that stuff. Just letting it go, living my life. Don't hold on to the bullshit. Don't hold on to the stuff that holds you back from being you. And it's just a structured society to control a bunch of souls that don't know that they don't know what they are. So they're treated like cattle and experimented on. See like, are they going to start? I do it with my dogs. I try and get my dogs to, get more aware of their own control in their life. I try and make sure that they understand they have choice and stuff. And, but it kind of had to be that way, Humans had to be kind of corralled in order to grow and learn from all the stuff they've had to go through the ages. And there's been a lot of growth in humanity. So yeah, we get this opportunity to ascend. And just because people are completely brainwashed, that doesn't mean they've never lived another life before. That doesn't mean that they are like stupid little baby souls or something. That they could have lived a lot of lives in other worlds and they just can't even grasp this concept of what it is we're breaking free from now. But there's a lot of people who spend a lot of time trying to just wake up people to the stuff that's going on in certain sanctions and aspects of our reality. And I think that they have a role. That's what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be waking people up. And everybody has like a role. We have a role together. And then they're also, to me, it is so important because no matter what, everybody is not just holding on to politics. I know a lot of people don't even think about politics, and they're going through some really hard shit, man. And that's what it's going to be. So, and I don't believe that we're going to have any of the same structures. I believe this whole thing is ending. It's all going away. And so I don't think that we need to worry about like some of the stuff some other people think that we need to worry about, but we need all parts of us. We need everybody. So yeah, I'm not driven in that direction. I'm driven in the direction of trying to help people to realize how to release the structures that are holding you and to grow and heal and to find yourself, because that's what I went through in my own life. And so that's what I feel like I have knowledge about and that I can share about. And, I don't think you can go through some shit in your life without it becoming spiritual. It takes something inside of you to get through some hard stuff. And you find that stuff inside of you. So, and I know that this is really happening. Like, this is a cosmic thing that's happening. There's no way to get out of it. There's not like we can change something and, stop the ascension, stop the harvest, stop the event or whatever. That's not going to happen. It can't happen. It is, it's like one of those things. It's been told, so it's happening. And, and to me, the thing that people are having the hardest part about is I think that there's so many people that they don't even realize how they've structured themselves through society's eyes. There's still so much of people not realizing about detrimental judgment is as humans to one another. And these are the things that we've been programmed and indoctrinated with, to pair us against one another and to keep us apart and keep us fighting and keep us distracted, because there was people who figured out how to manipulate on this planet, and it's been going on for a long, long, long time. And we've been, as humans on this planet, there's been a lot of bad stuff that has happened to people, but think about, like, if you were, if we were suddenly the dogs and they woke up and they were just like, oh my God, these people, these humans, what have they been doing to us? Look at this. They keep us trapped in their houses. There's a whole world out there. We could be running free. We could do what we want. We could live on our own. We don't need them. And, that's basically what is happening. And, there's been some shitty things done to dogs. I mean, Jesus Christ, we have people who eat them right now, currently on this planet. It was a long time ago, and it was when I was like in Southern California, and I had, I think I was like 21, and I was raised in the South, so it was a different kind of lifestyle in Southern California in the early 80s, and so the very different than growing up in Dallas. And so when I was there, I had this dog, Rivka. It was a husky, really beautiful. And I went to work, and she broke the fence and got out and left. And I looked and looked and looked and cried and cried and cried. I couldn't find her, but I just kept having that in my head, like, because this was the most diverse place I had been living when I moved there, and there was a lot of certain kinds of restaurants and stuff, and there was already had been things about rat being served and stuff, but anyways, that was really hard for me to get that out of my head, like, oh, I hope she's not anybody's meal. I hope she has a good family and she's happy. But yeah, I have to cross your mind. Kind of disturbing. But that's other cultures. Other cultures can't understand how people in this one eat cows. So You know, we're all different. But if the dogs suddenly, you know, just were like, hey, we don't need you. We're all going. We're working together and we're going. And you know, there's been some shit done to a lot of dogs. There's been a lot of horrible abuse have done. I mean, the thing with the people using them to fight so people can bet and watch things get tore up and stuff. It's been done to us too. I mean, if you think the hostel, the hunt, and all that stuff is fake, then you are not living in the right reality. You know, you need to start doing some research because that shit is real. All of it. Most everything I think that they put in a movie, like, it's so funny because there's like sci-fi movies and then people will be like, oh yeah, you know, that's in the movies and stuff. Our technology is probably so far advanced. If it's in a movie, you can bet your ass they've got that technology. They're not just making shit up that they can't do. You know, the technology, and most of the stuff is to, when they show that stuff in a movie and we don't react or we don't do anything, it's like we just signed our contract, like, okay, yeah, we're in. Yeah, we're playing along. And but now we see like the state of mind that people were in. We were all in that state of mind at some point, at some degree, you know, or it wouldn't have been like this. And anybody who was trying to break free from the system, they've always been, you know, called crazy. And, you know, the people who are trying to go out and get off the grid and get away from the corporate world. And, you know, we'd all be like, man, what's wrong with this crazy person? And then you start seeing like, fuck, they knew what was up. Yeah, maybe the aliens were talking to them. But I think that the aliens, no, that got me started on the aliens because I started thinking about that little Mexico town again. And I just think, God, how lucky. And there is so many different villages. And there's a reason why there's so many sightings, especially over the last couple years. But there's been so many, and so many stories of interactions with humans to aliens. I've heard so many different ones. But over in South America and stuff, they go to other places because, I mean, just be logical. Yeah, why would you go to, if you were something very, very different that people don't understand, yeah, how would you approach it? Just drop down in the middle of a shark tank? I would definitely go out to where, you know, like the people who live out in those villages, they don't have the news. They don't know the bullshit. They could get news from somebody, but I don't think they all just sit down and watch the news. Like, you live in the city, it's like, what's going on? What's going on out there? What's happening? You say, I gotta check. I gotta see what's going on. You know, that's part of them keeping you tuned in to I mean, it's so coordinated. Seriously. This whole manipulative, illusionary world that we've been living in is so, it's so complex, and it's so controlled, but it's so, it's so, I don't know, nefarious. It's so, I don't know, sneaky, and just, it's only for the betterment or the good of very few. It's for the detriment of the most. And, you know, that reminds me too of that documentary that I never did turn it back on. 5 minutes. And I did see, I think it's the Devil in the Eyes. It's probably taken down right now. That's not going to be up long if you can find it. But it was, because it's during the, you know, 2020. And, you know, one of those people, I don't know if they're trying, I didn't watch it all, so I didn't really get their point. I didn't know if they were just, because it's saying stuff of who these people are. And in some parts are blanked out on their face, but some about the trafficker decided he wanted to do one. And I was thinking, is he trying to show like, hey, it's not just us. We got some fucking people. We're just the middleman. Because it's fucking disturbing, man. I just, and one of the people he's discussing stuff with, because he's saying, do you care? You know, if they're an OG or go to a chimo, and she's like, she thinks about it for a second, and she's like, no, I don't really care. Either one, doesn't matter. I don't care about this thing inside of me. I don't care about it. I have no connection to it. I don't care what happens. Part it out. I don't care. I just gotta make some money off of it. It's like, oh my God. And then he's talking to this other woman, and he's saying about options. And I don't know, maybe this guy just got in with some traffickers. I don't know. I mean, he looks, I'm gonna stereotype here, I'm covered with tattoos. But he looks like it, he looks kind of gang memberish. He's covered with tattoos and stuff. So he looks like what you would expect a trafficker to look like. But, I mean, I don't want to be stereotyping because I look like a fucking weird drug addict to some people. So, but he looks like a guy who would be involved. And so, and he's talking to these people. But the one woman in, I think a lot of the people had accents. I think the one who wanted to just, part out her baby, because it's like heart, 70,000, lungs, 50,000, like big money. And the guy's talking to this other woman about the money situation and how they choose like where they're going to go or whatever. And she said, yeah, these aren't going to like poor people. Poor people can't afford this. It is going to rich people. Rich people buy that stuff. Rich people who use those parts because they don't want to age and just don't. It just is. It's so sick, where there's women who have a lot of money and they're so vain that they would rather have a little baby lose its life so that they can have less wrinkles. I don't know. I just think it's warped, and I think personally, I mean, we've seen what some of these people look like now that they've been cut off from some of that stuff, and it's wicked aging real quick. Then I was looking like, oh, what are you, 500 years old? I think a lot of these people are though, fucking especially in DC. I swear to God, these vampires, I've said it so many times, but I really, really think it's true. I swear to God, I think we could go with crucifixes and holy water. We could take them all down. No bloodshed, well, none for us. We just have to go in there, take our holy water, our crosses, garlic necklace. I think we could take them all on. I swear to God, I think they're all fucking ancient. No telling what they turn into, though. Ooh, creepy. Some of the stuff that's been leaked out, a video, or especially audio. Oh, these people are so sick. God, I can't wait till they're... And see, that's what... Breaking free from this sick, warped energy that these sicko people have been feeding off of. It's being purged out, and we're leaving it, but it's really disgusting to see it and stuff, and it's going to really be hard on a lot of people who have no awareness. And so, yeah, anyways, this whole thing to me is just, there's a lot of shitty stuff going on all around us. We've been abused for a long, long time. And, it is painful. You got to feel your pain. Like, don't think of, don't take your feelings and make them, like, label them as bad. Like, I can't feel pain, or that'll lower my vibration. I can't do this. This will lower my vibration. That will lower your vibration, is holding back. You got to, don't judge pain. Feel the pain. Pain is there for you to feel and learn and to experience. All emotions, all of those things are here for you to experience. So don't label them as like, I don't want that, I don't want that. And it's just so much about that. Raising your vibration, raise your vibration. But your vibration, like I wasn't just sitting there. I mean, probably in the very beginning, when I heard about the event. I probably was like, okay, oh, raise my vibration. I was like, oh, how do you do it? Like, strain. But then you just start seeing, like, as you start working on yourself and you start healing and you start focusing on being like a kind person, live by that what would Jesus do kind of mentality, then it just starts raising by itself. You don't have to strain and stress and force issues and make yourself raise it. It just starts happening. And like I said, now I feel like it's buoyant. Like I feel like it's hard to even stay attached to this reality sometimes. And that can get scary. Like when I'm driving, I'll feel sometimes like I'll just completely not even be there. I'm talking to other people and I'll even be like, okay, well, I trust you guys are driving right now because I'm not in that car. And it is weird, but I definitely, I've gotten to that point of just feeling so happy and so complete and so much love. Like I've got so much love to give. Stella is just, but Trixie gets jealous, but I don't want to be just like, overdoing it with her because she has her own mom. I don't want her to feel like she's getting ripped out of my arms when she goes back to her. So, you have to kind of set boundaries. But Stella gets overwhelmed with love. I've just got to kiss her, and hug her and squeeze her. I do have to do like, because of her, I don't know, her deformities and her arthritis and stuff. I do like massages on her back and her hips and stuff. Because sometimes she'll try and walk and you can tell she can't even move. There's no fluidity to her movement. It's just stiff and painful. So I'll give her little massages and stuff. And I was just thinking, like, how many dogs are out there just suffering in pain? And, if we tune in to their needs and just love them. I know not everybody has the time for that. Not everybody has time to do that stuff. I do. And it is gratifying. It makes you feel good to make someone else feel good. And they let you know they feel good. I can sit there, because she has, she's got like a St. Bernard face. She's got all this droopiness, and the skin is weird. And she used to be, I would find her, she would go up to a table or something and she would start scratching under here. And sometimes she would even make up bleed. She would just be scratching and be like, dang, that was really itchy under there. And so I started going and scratching, and it is kind of like it gets real, like a lot of moisture. I think a lot of stuff just drips down and hangs down in here. So I think it gets like wet and itchy. So I'll dry it and I'll scratch it. But I can be scratching right there, and I swear to her, it is orgasmic. It is like, for us, a different kind of rub. And she is just like, oh, so good. It's just like, it's just so simple to make somebody feel so good. Just scratching a little scratchy face. So, I don't know. There's a lot of, to give love is gratifying. And, one thing too about all this stuff now, so many people are saying this week is going to be so much stuff being said, so much disclosure, whatever's going on in the AZ, and there's so much stuff that has to be disclosed. There's so much secrets and so much lies and so much corruption and so much just evil. And it's going to start, everybody's got their dates. Oh, it's going to start because this aligns with this and this aligns with that. We're all trying to figure out, like, because we know stuff is going on and we all want to know. And, once it starts going now, to know, like, this can go real ugly. I was really looking forward to, like, oh, it's going to be so nice to get out of the house and start traveling and doing stuff. And probably a lot of people just be in their house watching this stuff on TV, just because those things are supposed to be televised, the the military court things. I don't want to say that word. So, anyways, when they start doing that, I thought, oh, everybody will be in the house. So I'll want to be like, well, what was going on? You know, like all the people had no idea. And so I thought, now to think like, oh, if it's really going to turn just ugly and nasty and worse, another fucking 6 months or a year in this little cabin. Because I'm sure the fuck not going out in that mess. I'm not going to go out. I mean, yesterday, the past few days, there's been people, like I live way out in the middle of nowhere. In, you know, a super liberal Pacific Northwest, you know, and they are driving down my road shooting guns. Like, you don't know how fucking crazy these people are about to get. People are gonna lose their fucking minds. And the crime stuff that is going on still is moving. Just up against my table. So that's why it's a ghost. I gotta try and remember what I was saying now. What was I saying? I can't remember. It doesn't take much. That's the joy of a brain injury. It doesn't take much to blank slate you. I was talking about something. Well, there was another thing I wanted to say too. The crime stuff. The stuff that is going on right now is like over the top. Some of the stuff that people are doing to each other. Oh my gosh. I don't go in and watch all this stuff, but I keep hearing from different people of different crimes and things happening. Horrible, horrible. And I don't know if some of it probably is, there's so much stuff, so much energy in people that they don't know what to do. So they're just acting out. One thing too is, you know, I saw this girl. It was a video. I didn't watch it. I just saw like, you know, I can just see their face and the title and stuff like that. And it starts kind of moving for a minute. She had these huge, huge growths on her face. Giant. Like huge. Like as big as her head, growing off of her head. And then another one growing half the size of her face over here, you know. And said, you know, just something about it. She just wanted to look normal. And I think in the little thing where it starts showing she's on a doctor's table. And see, and that's the thing to me, is all the people, you know, like we want to get caught up, and they show us on the news, and we want to get caught up in all the tragedy and all the sad stories and all of the horrible things, but each soul is going through those experiences. That's why we shouldn't be judging. Each soul is going through that experience because it's an experience. And like her, you know, you don't know on a soul level what she's come to work out. And she may not remember. She may not know. But there'll still be a benefit by the time she dies. She will have learned what she came to learn by having these things on her face. And there's a lot to learn, you know, to go out into society, especially one that is so visual and so judgmental, to go out and look so extreme or so unusual, that is going to bring up a lot of things, a lot of lessons, you know, a lot of stuff for you to learn about. I mean, there's just so much. And that's the same thing with some of these horrible things going on with people. You know, these are these personal souls things. So we can't just get caught up in all of the misery out there, because souls are working out all these different scenarios, you know. It is how they chose to wake up or learn or to experience or whatever. So, you know, I mean, there's a lot of sad stories. There's a lot of tragic shit going on. And there's about to be a lot more. Yesterday, there was a big old earthquake in the Congo. And it was right as a solar pulse was beaming out. So the solar pulse came out, and then when it came and it hit Earth, there was the bad earthquake in Congo, but all of the seismic things that monitor them all started going all wacky. So, and there's activity in a lot. And when I said yesterday, like as the collective with their emotions, so if we're going into a really fiery, painful, like explosive time, the earth is going to do that too. So yeah, this is only going to be the beginning with the volcanoes and the earthquakes and stuff. So there'll be a lot of that stuff going on, and a lot of stuff that will seem super, super tragic, a lot of painful stuff. And, you know, the whole thing is it's an illusion, but also you have to feel like the illusion is real so you can really get the feel of the experience, so you really have an impact on your soul and your growth. So, you know, you've got to go through the experience and feel it all, but it doesn't mean, you know, it's permanent. Like if you have people who are going to die, it's not permanent. Even on the new earth, that they're saying that they're, because we'll be in a different dimension. It won't have the same rules. We have different rules in third dimension. When we go up and the planet just switches, it will be a different set of rules. And so, you know, there's going to be a thing about we won't have the veil. We're going to be a lot more aware. And people who we think of as being dead will be able to come, because it's going to be it's going to be different from what I understand. So I don't know. We'll see. That's the whole thing. We will see, because it is really happening. So, yeah, there can start being a lot more of the earthquakes and stuff. And I live by 2 earthquakes that have shown activity. So I keep trying to tell my kids, you know, we got to make a plan. We got to make a plan, because, you know, China has our power grid. So, and we're in a war. People don't even know. So yeah, it can go down at any time. They can, you know, I mean, there's been so much of them toying with it already. But yeah, the chances of it going down when there's a certain point is very high. And then you're not going to be able to contact people, and it's going to be a lot of stress, a lot of like people freaking out. They're not going to be able to contact people and stuff. So that collective energy is also going to be represented in the energy that we see on the earth, because we're connected to the earth energetically. So yeah, this is gonna maybe be a pretty hairy time, but no matter what, just keep remembering, if you're focused on your soul growth, you know that is the best thing you can do. No matter how shitty things get around you, stay centered, stay focused on self, and not in a self-centered way like fuck everybody, you know, who gives a shit. I'm not talking like that. But you gotta stay centered. You can't just be like, you know, going with the storm, just being beat up like you know, like Truman on the boat when they're doing the storm. You can't tie yourself down and just be beat to hell. You've got to stay centered. You've got to know what's true and what's important. And what's true is that you are forever. You are an infinite being, and you're here having an experience, and you're here to learn as much about yourself as you can through the experience. So the more you focus on that, I'd say the better you are. And no matter what, this is a cosmic thing that's happening. There's no getting out of it. Your soul knew before it came. Don't get scared that it is going to be probably a lot more painless than what we do or what we think, because, you know, we are trained to be fearful. And so, yeah, we're going to be like, oh my God, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be scary. Oh. But, you know, that's part of the thing of breaking free from that. And breaking free from fear is a huge, huge thing on this planet. I mean, we can see it's being, fear has been bastardized on this planet to become like the little bitch, you know, let's like everybody fearful. Yeah, break free from those systems. There's nothing to be scared of, you know, and we are all, you know, at this time, we may not all know it. We may not all have the total sense of it, but we're all holding hands. We're all there for each other. So it just got me emotional. Okay. Well, I just wanted to, just did that thing with my hair, it looked weird. I just wanted to come on and talk some more about that. I just feel like from the people who I know around me, a lot of people need to, I don't know, a lot of people need to get out of their mindset and start listening to other people and start investigating for themselves and trying to understand the world and understand what's happening. Because this is, when they keep saying this is biblical, because this is soul stuff going on. This is, ascension is all about your soul, getting to level up. So anyways, just work on you, because that's all you can do. And have a great day. And who knows, it's still so early. I'll probably be back on here again today. So have a great day. Talk to you later.